Zimbabwe is a landlocked country located in southern Africa. It is bordered by Zambia to the north, Mozambique to the east, South Africa to the south, and Botswana to the southwest. The country has a population of approximately 15 million people and its capital city is Harare. History. Zimbabwe was previously known as Rhodesia and was under British rule until it gained independence in 1980. After independence, the country experienced a period of growth and development under the leadership of Robert Mugabe, who became the country's first black prime minister. However, Mugabe's regime later became authoritarian and marked by human rights abuses, economic decline, and political unrest. In 2017, Mugabe was ousted in a military coup and replaced by his former vice president, Emmerson Mnangagwa. Since then, the country has undergone significant political and economic reforms. Economy. Zimbabwe's economy is largely driven by agriculture, mining, and tourism. The country is rich in natural resources such as platinum, diamonds, gold, and coal. However, the economy has been struggling for many years due to political instability, corruption, and mismanagement. In recent years, the government has implemented various economic reforms to improve the country's economic prospects, including the reintroduction of the Zimbabwean dollar and a push to attract foreign investment. Culture. Zimbabwe has a rich cultural heritage, with many traditional dances, songs, and customs that have been passed down from generation to generation. The country is also known for its beautiful landscapes, including the Victoria Falls, which is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. The Shona and Ndebele are the largest ethnic groups in Zimbabwe, with other groups such as the Tonga, Kalanga, and Venda also represented. English is the official language, but other languages such as Shona and Ndebele are also widely spoken. Politics. Zimbabwe is a presidential republic with a multi-party political system. The president is both the head of state and government, and is elected for a term of 5 years. The country has a bicameral parliament, consisting of the National Assembly and the Senate. Since taking office in 2017, President Mnangagwa has focused on rebuilding the country's economy and improving its international relations. However, the country still faces significant challenges, including high unemployment rates, political polarization, and social inequality. Geography. Zimbabwe has a total area of 390,757 square kilometers, 150,872 square miles, and is located in the southern part of the African continent. The country is mostly made up of plateaus and mountains, with the highest peak being Mount Nyangani at 2,592 meters, 8,504 feet. The country has a tropical climate with a rainy season from November to March and a dry season from April to October. Wildlife. Zimbabwe is known for its diverse wildlife, with many national parks and game reserves throughout the country. Some of the most popular wildlife destinations include Hwange National Park, Monopools National Park, and Matobo National Park. These parks are home to a variety of animals, including elephants, lions, zebras, giraffes, and many species of antelope. Sports. Football, soccer, is the most popular sport in Zimbabwe, with many local and international leagues and tournaments held throughout the year. Cricket is also popular, with Zimbabwe having a national cricket team that has competed in various international tournaments. Other popular sports in the country include rugby, basketball, and athletics. Education. Zimbabwe has a literacy rate of around 86%, which is relatively high compared to other African countries. The country has a 7-4-2 education system, with 7 years of primary education, 4 years of secondary education, and 2 years of higher education. The country has several universities, including the University of Zimbabwe, Midlands State University, and the National University of Science and Technology. Cuisine. Zimbabwean cuisine is influenced by the country's history and cultural heritage, with a mix of traditional African and European dishes. Some popular Zimbabwean dishes include sadza, a maize meal, beef stew, and peanut butter soup. The country is also known for its wide variety of fresh fruits and vegetables, including mangoes, bananas, avocados, and tomatoes. Languages. While English is the official language of Zimbabwe, many Zimbabweans speak one or more of the country's indigenous languages. The most widely spoken indigenous languages in Zimbabwe include Shona, spoken by about 80% of the population, and Ndebele, spoken by about 14% of the population. Music. Music is an important part of Zimbabwean culture, with many traditional and modern styles of music being popular in the country. One of the most famous Zimbabwean musicians is Oliver Mutikudzi, who is known for his unique blend of traditional African music and modern styles like jazz and reggae. Currency. Zimbabwe has had a turbulent history with its currency. In 2009, the country abandoned its own currency and adopted a multi-currency system, with the US dollar being the most widely used currency. However, in 2019, the government reintroduced the Zimbabwean dollar in an effort to regain control over the country's monetary policy. Tourism. Zimbabwe is home to several popular tourist attractions, including the Victoria Falls, one of the world's largest waterfalls. Other popular destinations include the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, an ancient stone city, the Matobo Hills, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its rock art, and Lake Kariba, one of the world's largest artificial lakes. Politics. Zimbabwe has a complex political history, marked by periods of authoritarian rule and political unrest. The country has been governed by the Zimbabwe African National Union, Patriotic Front, ZANU-PF, since independence in 1980. With Robert Mugabe as the party's leader until he was ousted in a military coup in 2017. The current president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, is also a member of ZANU-PF. Economy. Zimbabwe has a mixed economy with agriculture, mining, and tourism being the major sectors. The country is rich in natural resources, including gold, platinum, diamonds, and other minerals. However, the economy has faced significant challenges in recent years, including hyperinflation, high unemployment, and a shortage of foreign currency. Art and craft. Zimbabwe has a rich artistic and craft tradition, with many artists and artisans creating beautiful works in a variety of mediums. Some popular forms of art and craft in Zimbabwe include stone sculpture, which has gained international recognition, basket weaving, and wood carving. The country is also known for its colorful and intricate textiles. Transportation. Zimbabwe has a relatively well-developed transportation system, with a network of roads, railways, and airports. However, the quality and maintenance of these infrastructure have been affected by economic challenges in recent years. Public transportation is widely available in urban areas, with buses and taxis being the most common forms of transport. Religion. Zimbabwe is a predominantly Christian country, with over 85% of the population identifying as Christians. Other religions practiced in the country include traditional African religions, Islam, and Judaism. Religious tolerance is generally high in Zimbabwe, with people from different faiths often coexisting peacefully. Media. Zimbabwe has a lively media landscape, with several newspapers, television stations, and radio stations operating in the country. However, media freedom has been a point of contention in Zimbabwe, with the government often accused of suppressing dissenting voices and limiting access to information. Education. Zimbabwe has a relatively high literacy rate compared to other countries in the region, with over 90% of the population able to read and write. Education is highly valued in Zimbabwe, with the government providing free primary and secondary education. The country also has several universities and colleges, some of which are highly regarded in the region. Wildlife. Zimbabwe is home to a diverse array of wildlife, including elephants, lions, leopards, and rhinos. Several national parks and game reserves protect these animals, and ecotourism is an important source of revenue for the country. However, like many other African countries, Zimbabwe has struggled with issues such as poaching and habitat loss. Sports. Zimbabweans are passionate about sports, with soccer being the most popular sport in the country. Other sports that are popular in Zimbabwe include cricket, rugby, and basketball. The country has produced several world-class athletes in these sports, including cricket player Andy Flower and Olympic gold medalist swimmer Kirsty Coventry. Food. Zimbabwean cuisine is diverse and flavorful, with many dishes featuring a blend of African and European influences. Some popular Zimbabwean dishes include sadza, a maize-based porridge, biltong, dried meat, and muriwo and adovi, a dish made with leafy vegetables and peanut butter. The country is also known for its beer, with several local brands available. Traditions. Zimbabwe has a rich cultural heritage, with many traditions and customs still being practiced today. Some examples of traditional Zimbabwean customs include the rite of passage ceremony for boys called the Chinamwori and the Mabira music, which is played using a thumb piano. Many of these traditions have been passed down through generations and continue to be an important part of Zimbabwean culture.